What if Satan defeated Jesus at the cross? What would our world look like if the prince of this world had won his greatest battle? Let's take a look. If Satan defeated Jesus, he would have total control over everything. There would be no more love, only control and fear. The knowledge of God would be lost to mankind, and those who knew of God would try to spread his word, but it would be too late. Churches would become prisons, and Bibles would be burned. Faith in Jesus would be outlawed, and people would be forced to worship Satan. The only way to survive would be to deny God and to turn away from the true light. But even though people would turn away from God, there would still be some who secretly search for him. There would be some who would go into the shadows and seek out the remnants of God's word. They would meet in secret and tell stories about the one who had the power to raise the dead, who could turn water into wine and walk on water. They would pass down the stories of Jesus until his name became nothing more than a whisper. For generations, people would live in fear of Satan and his demons. They would offer sacrifices to the enemy and renounce God in hopes that they would be left alone. But those who truly believed in God would remain faithful, even if it meant hiding in the shadows and worshiping in secret. Could hope be reborn in darkness? Would God's people arise again and take back the world for the kingdom of light? Or would Satan reign supreme and snuff out the last ember of faith? Maybe it's not so much what would happen, but what wouldn't. There wouldn't be any more churches or Bibles, at least not in the hands of God's people. Satan would make sure that all traces of Christianity were wiped out. There wouldn't be any more prayers or worship songs. Fear would be the main emotion in every person's heart. And although people would try to hide their faith, Satan would have ways of finding them. He would use his demons to hunt them down and force them to choose between their faith and their life. Maybe there wouldn't even be any more families. Who would want to bring a child into this world where God is hated and feared? People would be too afraid to have children, and the world population would eventually die out. Maybe it wouldn't be a world at all. Maybe it would be a hell. Would anything good ever come out of it? Would there be a Messiah who could free us from Satan's grasp? Let's take a look at the book of Revelation. It tells us that in the end, Jesus will come back to earth and defeat Satan once and for all. But before that, Satan will try to destroy everything good. He will try to wipe out all memory of God, but he won't succeed. There will always be some people who believe in God, even if they have to hide in the shadows. There will always be some people who pass down the stories of Jesus, even if they're only stories. There will always be some people who pray and worship God, even if they're alone. Because even in the darkest of times, the light shines the brightest. And even if Satan defeats Jesus, he can't defeat God. God is bigger than both Satan and this world. Even if Satan wins, he doesn't win in the end. Because no matter how dark things get, God is still in control. And no matter how many people Satan turns away from God, there will always be some who remain faithful. So what would the world look like if Satan defeated Jesus? It would look like a world without hope, a world without love, a world without God. But it wouldn't be the end of the world, because no matter how powerful Satan is, he can't defeat God. God is always in control, and in the end, he will win. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.